Are you working hard, paying your bills on time, and doing everything you are supposed to do, but still feel like you are stuck in the same financial spot? Millions of Americans feel trapped in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, unable to build real wealth. It's a frustrating place to be. You see others getting ahead, and you wonder, what are they doing differently? The truth is, the path to financial freedom is often blocked by invisible barriers. These are not giant, obvious roadblocks. They're small, everyday habits and decisions that quietly drain your income and sabotage your future. They are the common financial pitfalls of the middle class. But here's the good news. Once you see these traps, you can avoid them. In this video, we're going to expose the most common money traps that keep people from building wealth. We'll show you how to sidestep them and start your journey to financial independence. One of the biggest obstacles to wealth is something called lifestyle inflation. It's a simple concept. When you earn more money, you spend more money. You get a raise, so you get a bigger apartment. You get a bonus, so you buy a new car. It feels natural. It feels like you've earned it. But this is a dangerous trap. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of wealth creation. It ensures that no matter how much your income grows, you'll always be in the same financial position. You'll always be just a few paychecks away from financial trouble. A recent study from the Bank of America Institute found that about 1 in 4 U.S. households spends more than 95% of their income on necessities. Even among those earning over $150,000 a year, about 20% are living paycheck to paycheck. This is lifestyle inflation in action. The key to building wealth is to break this cycle. When your income increases, your savings should increase, not just your spending. As financial expert Paul Cheatham says, the most common habit facing middle-class families that is preventing wealth creation is thinking and acting like they are already upper middle class. In wealth creation, it's the opposite. You act like the person you are trying to get away from. Think about it this way. When you get a $5,000 raise, that's about $400 extra per month after taxes. If you immediately move to a more expensive apartment or lease a nicer car, that extra income disappears. But if you keep living on your current budget and invest that $400 every month, you could have over $200,000 in 20 years. Another major pitfall is overextending on housing. A home is the biggest purchase most people will ever make. It's also a purchase that's heavily influenced by emotion and social pressure. People often buy more house than they can comfortably afford. They stretch their budgets to the limit to get into a certain neighborhood or to have a certain amount of space. This is a recipe for financial stress. When your housing payment takes up a huge chunk of your income, you have very little room for error. Remember, a house is not just a mortgage payment. There are property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. All of these costs increase with the size and price of your home. Treating your house as a status symbol instead of a strategic expense is a fundamental mistake. It's a mistake that can keep you financially vulnerable for years. Financial experts typically recommend keeping your housing costs below 30% of your gross income, but many people push this to 40% or even 50%. When half your income goes to housing, you have very little left for saving, investing, or handling emergencies. A furnace breaks down. A roof needs replacing. If you are already stretched thin, where does that money come from? Usually from credit cards or loans. Similar to overextending on housing, many people fall into the trap of overspending on transportation. Car payments are a major monthly expense for most households. People often buy more car than they need or can afford. They're lured in by the appeal of a new car, the latest features, and the image they want to project. But new cars are a terrible investment. They lose a significant portion of their value the moment you drive them off the lot. This is called depreciation. Instead of buying new, consider buying a well-maintained used car. A reliable used car can provide you with transportation for many years at a fraction of the cost. This one decision can free up hundreds of dollars a month. That's money you can use to build your emergency fund, invest for retirement, or pay down debt. It's a simple choice that can have a massive impact on your financial future. Let's look at a real example. A new car might cost $35,000 with a monthly payment of $600. A 3-year-old used version might cost $20,000 with a payment of $350. That's a difference of $250 per month. Over 5 years, that's $15,000 you could save or invest. In our modern world, we're constantly bombarded with messages to upgrade. Upgrade your phone, upgrade your computer, upgrade your life. This constant pressure to have the latest and greatest technology is another significant money trap. While new devices may offer some new features, the functional difference is often minimal. But the cost of constantly upgrading is not minimal. It's a never-ending cycle of spending. By simply extending the life of your technology, you can save thousands of dollars a year. Ask yourself, do you really need that new phone? Or is your current phone still working perfectly fine? Resisting the urge to constantly upgrade is a powerful way to take control of your spending. A new smartphone costs around $1,000 every year if you're constantly upgrading. But if you keep your phone for 3 or 4 years instead, you could save $2,000 to $3,000. Dining out is a convenience that comes with a hefty price tag. A meal that would cost you $10 to make at home can easily cost you $40 at a restaurant. When you eat out multiple times a week, the costs add up quickly. It's not uncommon for people to spend thousands of dollars a year on restaurants and takeout. While it's fine to enjoy a meal out on occasion, relying on restaurants for your daily meals is a major drain on your finances. Let's break down the restaurant spending. If a family eats out 3 times a week at an average of $50 per meal, that's $150 per week. Over a year, that's nearly $8,000. If that same family cooked at home, they might spend $2,000. That's a difference of $6,000 per year. Invested over 20 years, that could grow to over $200,000. Similarly, impulse purchases and brand name shopping can do serious damage to your budget. Each small, unplanned purchase may seem insignificant at the time, but these small purchases accumulate into a substantial amount of spending over the course of a year. And when it comes to brand names, you're often paying a premium for the logo, not for a superior product. The key is to be a conscious consumer. In the age of streaming and subscriptions, it's easy to fall into the trap of subscription creep. A few dollars a month for a streaming service seems harmless, but then you add another one, and another. Soon you have a whole web of recurring charges draining your bank account every month. Streaming services, music platforms, cloud storage, software subscriptions, gym memberships, and meal kits all add up. Even more insidious are the forgotten recurring charges. These are subscriptions you signed up for and completely forgot about. A gym membership you never use, a streaming service you haven't watched in months. These charges are often small enough to go unnoticed, but they can add up to hundreds of dollars a year. Many people are shocked when they add up all their subscriptions. It's not unusual to find that you are spending $200 or $300 per month on various services. That's $2,400 to $3,600 per year. By cutting just half, you could save over $1,000 annually. High interest debt is one of the most destructive forces when it comes to building wealth. Credit card debt, in particular, can be a major obstacle. With interest rates often exceeding 20%, a significant portion of your monthly payment goes towards interest, not towards reducing the principal. This creates a cycle that's difficult to break. Every dollar you spend on interest is a dollar you can't save or invest. If you're carrying high interest debt, making a plan to pay it off should be your top financial priority. Late fees and penalty charges are another way that your money can disappear. Missing a payment deadline can trigger a fee of $25 to $40. It can also lead to an increase in your interest rate. By setting up automatic payments, you can ensure that you never have to pay a late fee again. Here's how devastating high interest debt can be. If you carry a $5,000 balance on a credit card with a 20% interest rate and only make minimum payments, you will pay over $7,000 in interest over time. Perhaps the most significant financial pitfall is not prioritizing retirement savings early enough. A recent survey found that 27% of middle-class Americans are not saving for retirement because they don't plan to retire for many years. This is a huge mistake. The most powerful tool you have for building wealth is time. Thanks to the power of compound interest, even small amounts of money invested early on can grow into a substantial sum. For example, if you start saving $100 a month at age 25, you could have over $150,000 by age 65, assuming a 5% annual return. But if you wait until age 35 to start saving, that total is cut nearly in half. If your employer offers a retirement savings plan with a matching contribution, it's essential to take full advantage of it. An employer match is free money. Let's say your employer matches 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary. If you earn $50,000 a year and contribute 6%, that's $3,000 per year. Your employer adds another $1,500. That's an instant 50% return on your money. Yet nearly 1 in 4 middle-class Americans are not taking advantage of this. So why do so many people fall into these traps? One of the main reasons is the perception that they don't make enough money to save. In a survey, 45% of middle-class Americans said they don't make enough money to save for retirement. But as we've seen, it's often not about how much you make, but about how much you keep. By avoiding the financial pitfalls we have discussed, you can free up significant money to save and invest. Another reason is that urgent expenses often derail long-term savings. Medical bills, student loans, and other immediate needs can feel more pressing than saving for a future that is decades away. This is why having an emergency fund is so critical. An emergency fund is a buffer that can help you handle unexpected expenses without having to go into debt. A recent Bankrate survey found that 24% of Americans have no emergency savings at all, and only 46% have enough to cover 3 months of expenses. Finally, many people simply fail to prioritize their future financial security. They focus on what they want now rather than what they need later. As Terrence Williams, CEO of TrueStage, says, balancing urgent financial needs with retirement planning requires a mindset shift, viewing retirement not as a distant milestone, but as a series of small, manageable steps that begin today. The reality is that small changes add up to big results. If you can avoid just a few of these traps, you can redirect thousands of dollars per year toward your financial goals. Cut your restaurant spending in half. Keep your car for a few extra years. Cancel unused subscriptions. Each of these decisions might save you $100 to $500 per month. Combined, that could be $1,000 or more per month. Over a year, that's $12,000. Over a decade, invested wisely, that could grow to over $150,000. That's life-changing money. The path to financial freedom is not about making a massive salary. It's about making smart decisions with the money you have. It's about avoiding the common financial pitfalls that trap so many people in a cycle of debt and financial stress. It's about living below your means, saving and investing consistently, and prioritizing your future. By making a few small changes to your habits, you can take control of your finances and start building real wealth. You can break free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle and create a life of financial security and independence. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Frankie Finance for more tips on how to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Share this video with someone you think could benefit from it, and let us know in the comments below which financial pitfall you are going to tackle first. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.